Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got from bars to these.
Run Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome fellas, welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Nico, Razmataz, JP and Simeon. Fellas, I don't think we're going to get an easier game for the rest of the season. Right? So it was important for us to capitalize, and I think now we're going 4 games on the bounce without losing. Hoyland and Garnacho on the score sheets after a pretty long time. And then we have Captain Fantastic, Bruno Fernandes, who continuing to shut up the haters, Roy Keane. We're in 13th now, with the win. And hopefully, this is a confidence boost ahead of some really, really tough fixtures that coming after the international break, fellas. We have Forest, high-flying Forest. We are Man City. We are Newcastle, the Carabao Cup champions. Thank you for that, Newcastle. All right. And then we have Lyon in the Europa League. So, again, right, comfortable win, some decent performances. But oh gosh, boy. It's like fellas, we can't have nothing nice, but there's always some kind of thing to just throw in there and mess with the Callaloo boy. And I guess we go talk about Eden Heaven at some point in the pod, right? I think the one glimmer that we could take from the Eden Heaven thing is I think he left the stadium. He wasn't taken immediately to the hospital, which is always a good thing. And then I think he left the game walking on his own, but he was in the protective boot. So it may not be as bad as we initially thought, but he's not going to be available when we come back from internationals. So fellas, we're here. 3 points in the bag. Again, we're in 13th. What we saying, Nico?
Yeah, as they say in cricket, beat bad bowling, and I think we did that. I think we did that over, taking everything into context. We had a tough couple weeks, really. I think we navigated it well. I know Amarin talked about fatigue. I think with the rotations would have raised some eyebrows. But I guess with the confidence in the team at the moment, I think anybody we put out there today would have got the job done, and so we did, yeah.
Yeah, Razmataz, what are you saying?
Yeah. Good night. This weekend was a sensational weekend. Being bald, being Dutch, and being at Wembley for a final versus Newcastle and beating them. It's not for everybody, right? But it is what it is, right? But yeah, today's fixture, Leicester City. Part of me felt bad for Ruud van Nistelrooy because he's a legend, 1, and 2, he left minded on a high. But boy, it's nothing personal, it's just business, boy. So and good luck to Ruud at Leicester for the rest of the season, but this is only going one way. So
Simeon?
I mean, it's just good to play a game and not play around. I mean, we kind of play around a little bit, but to win a game comfortable in the end. I mean, everybody was saying we were going to win this game, but after all these years, I don't take any team for granted. So to see them fellas come out and play decent football, even though it wasn't exciting for the most, the first half. They played controlling football. weren't many mistakes, mistake free for the most part. It's a good game. I think it's unfortunate the injury. Besides that, you could take a good break and be happy where the team is right now.
JP?
Yeah, good night. Good night. A pretty, how to say, low intensity game. I feel like we barely come out of second gear and was still able to win 3-0, which is a good thing when you think about it based on what we have been experiencing recently. We fighting up and we're not getting anything out of the game. We scored 3 goals from open play. 2 players who didn't score goals since when Rasmus finally break that duck. So the one thing today that just dampened the whole thing was the injury to Eden Heaven, and I feel Arsenal fans for some good mouth on that man today because the class he was showing, and the way I was talking him up during that game for the things that he was doing. It's like, look at this gem. Look at the robbery. We rob Arsenal and get this man for $1 million. That is a robbery, right? So that the only thing to me.
How we played JP robbery with pen and paper?
With pen and paper. Yeah. So to me, that's the only thing that dampened. I get kind of sour after that watching the rest of the game. So it was hard to feel the game as much as I wanted to. But at the end of the day, 3 points, 3 goals, none conceded. We move up the table. So yeah, I just trying to take a nosebleed with how quick we move up the table
Yeah.
And before Chef jump in, it also kind of solidifying. I know at some point in the going through the little phase we were going through, we was worried about relegation. But the teams below us continue to drop points and lose. So I mean, we all but safe. It mathematically it's still possible, but we ain't going nowhere. Chef, what you saying?
As we discussing bad bowling. Excuse me for a second. Today was one of the first sweat for the year.
And you went to dead.
Them old bones and them. Jesus Christ. You see, I'm not reaching the podcast. It take me about an hour to walk from the bedroom to the office.
Chef, I went and do a little kickabout with my little son this evening, boy, and I feel like I play a game, boy.
Yeah, but I still got to take because the great thing is a Manchester team that is play with. So once Manchester game going on, men will put the Bluetooth and bring speakers and things. So you swear we in the stadium watching the game. So yeah, good performance. That's a decent performance, I don't want to fight them down too much. More. Let me put it. It's much more good than bad in this game. It's sorry that we had to take it out on Rude because Rude is my boy, but I mean to say, Licks had to come.
It's just business.
Don't worry, man. He will bring them back up from when they get relegated. So hopefully he get to keep his job. But the team in the whole.
Nah, but I feel like I hear news. I find I hear news again I hear in the morning.
You feel so? The stupid enough.
But it's too much, boy. It's too much, boy.
I really through gaining.
7 points. Them 7 points out of a possible 45 since he take over. Yeah. So as you always saying, the only little annoyance was the youth man, and the youth man was looking good in this game, boy.
Top.
I just say, the play when he get the ball, and I like to see that a full centre back able to take the ball forward and not look like a klutz. I ain't gonna call no names, but the man was looking good, boy. I just shake my head and say, boy,
Here now,
that
my
that buck what Pogba berry is realist.
the hyena.
Yeah, you know. We can't
Here now,
catch a length, boy. But all in all, good performance. The team
my
coming to come to pick a good time to catch a little form. As we know, we don't get carried away because it's Manchester United we're talking about. But hey, time's gone by. This would have been a real tough game,
Tough
you know.
game. Yeah.
That we might scrape a 1-0 or draw
Yeah.
even. So
Yeah.
hey, we will take it. And thank you, Jesus, there is a God, Rasmus score. And if we wasn't sure that they don't have a God, Ganacho score.
In the same game, eh? In the same game.
In the
just
same game. The disallow the man goal. And God said, no, God, let me give Manchester United a little something today. Well, it doesn't endure enough, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're talking about heaven, boy. I saw some Saliba in him today, boy. How calm and how composed, and I see man, this man a beat in the box and come out easy.
That man, Kappa, man.
Boy.
I ball, yes.
Kappa man and go on easy.
God.
Hey. Oh, good. That's
That's
it.
right.
That man different, boy.
Here now, my stream. My stream, right, was a little behind. So I get a message from Simeon and I get one from JP, and they're saying, oh gosh, heaven. So I thinking he probably gave a penalty or something. And I was upset. But then at the same time, when I see what really happened, it's better you give any penalty. It's better it was that. Because we'd have still had the player. When I see this man lying on the ground, I say, oh God, boy, really, boy? We really that unfortunate, boy?
We get any update on what it is yet?
No, well, but from what I see is he didn't as I said at the start, he didn't leave to go to the hospital. He was walking on his own, but he had the protective boot on. Right?
So what it is, what part of the body he injured?
The ankle.
The ankle.
Yeah.
So his foot got stuck in the turf, and then yeah, when your foot gets stuck in the turf, boy, and then an opposition player coming along behind you.
Yeah, because that was I didn't see it. I
didn't see the challenge. I didn't see what happened either.
I was on the field for that. I mean, it's like indoor we playing it, and I had now come back off, and I see him on the ground, and I just started troops one time.
Were you saying HAP?
No, I said they didn't show any replay. That usually when it's like a bad injury that they don't show any replay.
But I was thinking the only thing with that, I was thinking if it is the opposition player, foul him. Because what I was saying is, if it was in the opposition box, or let me say if it's heaven, they challenge the other player, we go to VAR to see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I was looking to see what a foul, because it could be a yellow or a red card, right? A red card challenge. That is why he ended up in that position. But they didn't show nothing.
Right.
So we don't even know. But if it was the other way around, right, then I'd be looking to see with a penalty.
Yeah, that would have magnifying glass, all kind of thing.
That I tell you, I find that was weird though. At least one replay to show that all right, what happened now. But
yeah. Let me just get some comments because we have some guys on the inside, right? So Arun on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Right. Doing more on the inside as well. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying everyone. It looked like the team will start to gel moving forward. All right. Jerome on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying heaven is our boss. All right. He walk out there. So hopefully there's a strain at most.
Yeah, back of weeks stir up back.
Yeah, fingers crossed, right? So at least, I mean, because if it's anything more, we're talking about next season, Javed on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Glory, Man United team starting to look like a team. Lindelof didn't do anything to instill any confidence. Good from heaven. That injury is a real setback after a great start. Glad Amos got some minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, real happy for Amas. Finally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Amos thing, will it be a blessing in disguise, the injury, as unfortunate as it is? Dembe on the inside, good night, man.
Madogu coming back.
Well, I mean, he in the cap. You understand? Because he didn't do himself any
Nah, Amas
bad.
didn't look bad at all.
Yeah, he didn't do bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But physically, I feel they're not Amarin type.
But
I don't feel so.
He's
So big and
small.
strong and physically, I feel he's too small for that position for Amarin. But
all right. Jerome saying, hey, it looked like the striker step on his ankle during the tackle.
But they were saying so that there's a foul.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Then there's a foul.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the only positive from this is that Euro coming back. You know, so it's like we can't have quality options. There's always one in, one out. You know.
Yeah.
Then they're saying here, Ahmad when he comes back, right wing back or number 10, right? I think is the right wing forward. It's supposed to be a 10, right? Jerome saying here,
that's a question there, boy. Wow.
Now, well, we could see. I mean, it's in manager hands, and we could be able to.
Because Garnacho playing well. Garnacho playing well in that position.
All right, on the right side.
Garnacho so lucky.
How he lucky? The man working hard for that, chef.
No, I'm not saying, but okay. But if Ahmad was fit, he would have had to work even harder on the bench.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. You know, the injuries was a blessing to Amarin, where he could have zoning and understand his players better.
Make decision making a little easier, but we will see next season.
Yeah. We need that. You need a squad, and we can't rely on 11.
Look at the injuries. Look at the injuries.
Yeah, so that's the problem, sir.
Yeah. Jerome saying here, Ericsson like he done, boy. He was crap first half.
What? I thought he gets up a year and a half.
That was overworking Paul Ugarte.
I don't find Ugarte was that 100 today either. Huh? You look real
rusty. You find he wasn't there?
Yeah, no, I don't find Ugarte.
No, I find Ugarte was real good, boy.
I find the man was by himself too much. I find he was good.
That is a chip. That's why he was looking so at times.
Yes, Fred.
I find he was good.
When he played with Bruno, Bruno's be more advanced. When Bruno played with Casemiro, they stay in closer together.
Sit back.
And then also Xerxes did not start today. I remember what I say last podcast, Xerxes making up numbers.
Come back in the midfield. Yeah.
So we missed that today too.
True. Kristen on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying proper strike from the number 9 today, international break. Have another 2 weeks to rest. Right. He also saying here how the coach say he resting players and Mars played 3 games straight and he ain't eating a thing here, right? We don't have options, bro. Who you want to play there?
Options. Who you want him to play?
He say Mars dead, after the game.
He kill out Mars. He kill out
Mars. Mars have about 2 weeks to rest.
No, but he not gonna play international football.
I don't know if he gets selected, but more than likely he going.
Yeah.
Where Mars from again?
Morocco.
All right, so fellas, let me get into it. Right, and this is a big one. I'll start with you, Simeon, and then Phil, and then we go move around the panel. Bruno step up again big today. Massive, and he has been doing it, for as long as I could remember this season, and I mean, praise where it's due, because when he on toots with his jamming, and if it's one thing with All in All United, be consistent. If I play a good game, praise. If you're on crap, we'll criticize you, right? We don't spare the bullets. But does our reliance on Bruno Fernandes concern you, right? Because I mean, sometimes when you're watching the games, you know. And I'm talking about not only him coming up with the goods in terms of the goals and assists, but even in a game, you know, sometimes you'll see a player on the ball and they'll have a better option, but they will play it to Bruno because Bruno
I freeze to Simeon
safe.
freeze.
I think Simeon freeze.
No, I hear. I think.
You're here? Okay, good. Well, your audio, your video kind of freeze, but if you're here, cool, right? But you know, it and Sheffield looking like he had all
Freeze.
he in the upside down, right? But back to the question, right? It seems as though the players will always opt for Bruno because he's the safe pass, you know. So is it that this team has become a pass it to Bruno team? You know, the reliance on Bruno, the over reliance on Bruno. Is it a concern to you?
Yes and no. I mean, I think the emergence of Xerxes, I think, Xerxes has become a safe forward pass for us. And he's very creative as well. The best of you see of Bruno is when there's somebody else that's taking, responsibility and driving the ball. And Bruno is there to kind of finish it off or provide the pass, like I think the last few games you kind of at times I forgot Bruno is there until he comes up and scores a goal. Like I think Bruno is his best when you really kind of not really forget about him, but he's not the main feature. Like, I think I've seen from Bruno the last few games reminds me of Portugal, where the action happening, but he's not the one that always initiates, carrying the team. He kind of pops up and he can be, deadly from a spot. So I think as long as you have people like, Xerxes around, if Garnacho plays well and passes well, with Ahmad when he comes back, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the Bruno you see now, I think where he is, about deeper role, he doesn't really have the ability to really, initiate the attack. I think you see more of a, I don't want to say control, but picking up his, the time he makes his pass or makes a forward run. I think that's the better Bruno. But as far as holding this team back, I mean, when you have a team like you had today where it wasn't a lot on the field, it may look that way. But I think once you have a lot of players coming back, I think, you won't have that kind of reliance on him. The issue we have right now is we don't have a lot of forward-thinking players, especially in the midfield, that could drive the ball and move the ball forward. You see a lot of back passing, a lot of safe passes. So I think once you have more people like that in the team, you won't have to rely on Bruno that much for the Hollywood pass or whatever.
Yeah. Phil, what are you saying?
Oh boy. Let's go back. Let's go back in history. We've all been watching football for at least 10, 15, 20 years. At least minimum 15 years, right? All of the great teams, whether it's in Serie A, La Liga, EPL, all the great teams have always had a great midfield core. Real Madrid, when they had Toni Kroos, Casemiro, Modric. Barcelona, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi. You come over to EPL, or all Man United when we have Scholes, Carrick, Roy Keane. Arsenal with Patrick Vieira, Perez, and the list goes on, right? The reason for a great football team is because your midfield, your engine room is going to be doing well, right? So it's kind of no surprise that the team is starting to get a little bit of form and starting to gel when Bruno and the other midfielders around him are doing well as well, right? If Bruno doesn't do well, then it kind of reflects on the team as well. When Bruno's playing these Hollywood passes, it's almost like we're giving the ball to the opposition and now we got to start over, right? We work so hard to win the ball. You give it to Bruno. Bruno gives away the football. This is back. That was back in the day. In the last couple of games, we've been a bit more disciplined. The midfield has been a bit more disciplined. I think what Bruno needs around him is some players who are able to compose themselves. And the likes of Xerxes, Ugarte have added to that. Mazrari definitely as well too, right? I think since Casemiro's name was called out by Sir Jim, he as well has been a bit more composed. He'll still leave this summer, but at least give us a last. How many more games have in the season? Probably what, 10 maybe? Either 10 or 9, right?
Nine on the Europa League.
Yeah, so 9 plus the Europa League. Give us 9 plus games of this sort of discipline, and we can see a different Manchester United come next season, right? But yeah, kudos to Bruno and the midfield. Are we too reliant on Bruno? Most I'm just this is going back to great teams as well too, right? Great teams will always look to feed the ball to the guy who is looking to make something happen, right? And for Manchester United, it's Bruno Fernandes, right? There's only so much, I don't know, Dalit, Mazrari, Dallo can do, right? But we want to come to a point where it doesn't matter who we give the ball to, we know something's going to happen, right? Let's go back to. I hate to use these teams, and I hate to use this team, and I kind of slaughtered them off in the beginning of this podcast. But let's go to Liverpool, right? And Liverpool was in the peak. Liverpool could rely on Trent. They could rely on Salah. They could rely on Andy Robertson. They could rely on Thiago Alcantara. And these are just 4 or 5 players that Liverpool could rely on, right? So there has to come a point in time where Manchester United has to call upon 3 or 4 players. Right now, it could be Bruno and Ahmad, possibly, when we're fully fit. But that's all I can think of. Bruno, Ahmad, Xerxes will slowly make a name for himself in this team going forward, right? He's not the final product as yet, but we can see what he is capable of doing, right? But as of right now, it's just going to be a fit Bruno Fernandes, and God forbids anything happens to him between now and the end of the season, right? I can't see Christian Eriksen leading us to anything. He definitely has to go as well. He was terrible today. He was the one I was shouting at my TV today because I expected better Christian Eriksen, right? But as I mentioned 2 minutes ago, the greatest teams in the world in the last 15 to 20 years all have a great engine room. You cannot tell me any team in the last 15 to 20 years that have been successful and their midfield is shit or inconsistent or not disciplined, right? So yeah, no surprise that the team is starting to get or pick up a little bit of chemistry. Know that Bruno is starting to show a little bit of discipline, right? Instead of, I remember it was not couple, but maybe long ago, probably earlier this year, right? We talked about the cameraman for Manchester United games. Whenever the cameraman's on Bruno, where Bruno's about to pass the football, the cameraman does this here because he knows where the football is going to go. But all of a sudden, the cameraman is like, oh, okay, well, Bruno's not doing this anymore. And lo and behold, cameraman has been steady because Bruno has been steady, right? So may this long continue, and maybe the Bruno criticism from not only myself and other fans across the world will slowly but surely subside. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. GP, what you saying in terms of the over reliance on Bruno?
I think we have now a very reliance on him for sure. Yes, because you see the players look to him first. But I think that it comes from a place of what Bruno does. What Bruno
But also, so sorry, yeah. Also, but is it a real concern, right? Because yes, it's there. I think, yeah. But so it's really if it's a concern, yeah.
Yeah. I think it is a concern because before Bruno started to hit this patch of form and we were putting that reliance on Ahmad, I was concerned about, well, Ahmad was real saving us in games and what would happen if something happened to Ahmad. And we saw Ahmad got injured and then the form took a serious dip along with Ahmad being out of the team as well. And now we see it picking back up as Bruno started to pick up a certain form. So the team has a history of relying on individuals. The only good thing I'm seeing now is that we actually playing more like a team and relying less on individual movements. And if I'm being honest, I'm not seeing the reliance as much as it would have been in the past, where everything was it had to go to Bruno, it had to pass to Bruno. Yes, you're still seeing instances where somebody might be in a better position to pass to, and they still try to find Bruno and mess up the play. But I think it's less now of that. And it's probably more due to the form that Bruno in, because Bruno in that form now where you're sure he getting a goal or you're sure he getting an assist in the game or he getting both in a game. That's the kind of form he in right now. Yes, it's concerning, but I'm not as concerned as I used to be about it because it's more overall team play that I see it taking place.
Yeah, Nico.
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned now, right? I'm not concerned now, because I think we have a more confident team. One, or building a more confident team. I don't want to get ahead of myself. And two, I think even if we do have Bruno, we will find a way. You know, just as we were talking with Ahmad. You know, Ahmad was the only person who was creating and scoring goals. But we were heavily reliant on Ahmad to score. But with Ahmad out the team, we found somebody else to pick it up, right? And I think the same thing would happen with Bruno Fernandes. If Bruno Fernandes follow the team, I think we will get somebody to pick up the slack. For right now, Bruno is the player in form. So I guess with any team, you have a player in form, and any coach will tell that as well, right? That is the man in form. Play him, give him the ball. So I'm not concerned. The thing what I'm concerned about is him losing the form, more or less. That is where my concern is. As long as he stay in form, I have no concern at all. And again, if he out the team, I think somebody will step up.
So, Chef, one of the things that one of the issues that we had in the past, right, is that now, I mean, the guys represent the points pretty well, but my thing is, when the pressure mounts and this particular person in form, but they're not getting the GAs and the team losing, then they start to feel the burden at that time. Then now they start to try they start to take too much initiative, right? Because we saw it with Rashford, we saw it in other moments with Bruno, right? Where these fellas feeling the weight of the expectation and the pressure because they have been delivering, and everybody expect that they deliver and they perform at certain levels consistently, right? So this is where I'm getting at, the concern leading to that.
I know you asked Chef. I know you asked Chef, but Chef, let me take a step before that. You see, the thing is now that when the team wasn't playing as a team, that is when we are playing individual football. That when people trying to be a hero with a cape, but now the team playing as a team. So that is my thing to that. What I mean? The team playing as a team now. So even without Bruno, somebody has to come in and do that work, and it's no hero ball because that way Garnacho end up on the bench. Because Garnacho wanted to play hero football. Garnacho wanted to win all the games by himself. Rashford as well. Rashford to be saying, hey, without me, I can't win no game. So I'm going to say, all right, wait. You sit down and watch and see. Right? So I think if they play individual football, yes. Team football, if Bruno not getting through, the rest of the team not getting through, I mean, the game hard. It's a tough game. It's difficult out there because the team was struggling. So go ahead, Chef.
Yeah, on mute.
I watching this from different angles, right? It could be a concern because now, if he get injured, God forbid, next week. What gonna happen to me? Now I hear what Nico's saying about somebody else would step up. Personally, I don't think we reached there yet. That is where we heading to. And I will tie that into what you all was saying there about players trying to turn from Clark Kent to Superman and feeling the pressure then now. Um, so this is how I watch things, right? If you're supposed to be a big player, being a big player is not always taking everything upon yourself to do it by yourself. Being a big player is bringing up maybe less talented or, your teammates and them, giving them a nice pass, encouraging them. And that kind of vibes, I find all that is part of being a big player. And me in the past, Bruno, at times the petulance used to irk everybody because we expect more from you. So it's not just we're not irritated alone by you trying to play hero ball, but it's simple things. Things don't go your way. You're quarreling with the referee and all them kind of nonsense. And right now we're not seeing those things and haven't seen it for a while. So in that aspect, I want him and others to be the leaders to carry the team forward so that we don't have to rely on one player. The team as a whole will get better so that if one player Bruno Fernandes not there, somebody else will step up and somebody else will step up. So in that way, so that would be my concern, that we continue to move forward and get better as a team so that it would not have an over-reliance on Bruno. Because let me be real, he is our most creative player. At times, he's the chief goal scorer. And as Amarin and as you all say, the team is as good as when Bruno informed. When Bruno informed, the team goes forward. When Bruno's struggling, the team struggles. So, and that's not to say that's a Manchester thing, Dan, all teams have a talisman. No matter how good a team is, there's always that one standout individual that the is basically you get out a jail card. So for us is Bruno, and we want to hope that we would have more players of that ilk going forward.
Yeah.
Let me get back in. Like, I think the quality that Bruno brings as far in the final third, it's especially in the last few weeks is great. I mean, he pretty much, you could say, kind of single-handedly bringing us out of our goal drought. And even though other players are playing well, they ain't really scoring goals. Like, you didn't really see it, like, Rasmussen really, Rasmus is Rasmus. Xerxes a good assist, and but he's like, right now Bruno is our most lethal weapon. He take all the penalties, free kick he scoring is great. He getting paid, he's captain, he getting paid to do that. But at the same time, who else? I think the issue is you have players playing better, but who's playing close to that level? We had Ahmad, who is good. I mean, he really showed out, but we don't have any finishers on the team. And right now, as I hear all you guys talk, I kind of realize Bruno is really the engine driving this team. He organizing the press. He running back. I see he gets some nice tackles today, but again, against Leicester, he can do that. But against bigger teams, he can't, run back and muscle anybody out off the ball. Like, Bruno is doing a lot on this team, and I'm glad he has the form he has. But at the same time, with this young team, we don't have anything good enough on that end to really make up if we lose him. Xerxes getting there, he ain't there yet. Canacho, we know Canacho is Canacho, the flash, he flashy,
It's
but
a
he
miss.
who on the other side, I can't call anybody else's name. Who else? Dialogue go have like a nice pass here and there. You see a flash. Like, we don't have anybody to really call, a cold-blooded kill. We have no cold-blooded, finishers on our team. And I'm glad Bruno is back to his form. But at the same time, when you go back and you look back, you're like, wait a minute, who else do we have that could really not even create like a good goal, but finish, finish, because right now he's it. And that kind of, we so used to having him here, and he's playing well now, but who else is there?
Yeah, and my thing is because somebody made this statement, when Bruno informed the team will play well. So we had to sit here and hope that Bruno maintained this form for as long as he could, or else we in shit.
But we don't have evidence. To me, we don't have evidence of that in terms of that Bruno not being on the team now.
Remember when he get his red card and thing?
Yeah, but
We
that
don't
was
shit.
then. To me, now we have a better structure now.
But I'm saying, Nico, your sample size.
To really
Where's your sample size?
judge that now.
Where's your sample size?
And I was saying, and that's exactly what I'm saying. The sample size of him that we say not being in the team. No. To see if it is we over reliant or if we can still get the job done now.
Because I listened to how Amorim just talk about Bruno. They even asked the post match. They asked if you ever consider resting Bruno, and he said no. Right? He said Bruno had to play.
No, but he said it based on other things, right? Based on his recovery, based on what the performance coaches would have reported, right? So it's just not based on Bruno is the only person who could win us a game.
Oh, so what more based on the
I think because
That what the coach said.
I think it's that. I think
You
it's
know what the coach
you gotta read between the lines.
said?
You gotta read between the lines, Nico.
Based on his recovery. He said even for
The number one
Portugal or
thing
whatever.
is the fact that is a bunch of shit snakes, and he is the one player that we can rely on more than anything else. So all that pretty talk, and all let me be real, all this pretty talk and circles we going wrong is the fact is it have real shit tongues on that team, and Bruno Fernandes is the one player that we could say, oh God, we can rely on him. So he had to play. We're talking about how we look without him. I'm really back when he get the red card and he wasn't in his side, then he was looking like dog shit. Like we just don't wait to go.
Yeah, after Spurs.
Yes.
Yeah, because
last season. Well,
this season he got two red cards, one versus Spurs and I think one versus Porto or Sporting Lisbon.
Somebody.
Yeah, he got a red card.
No, remember the Spurs red card? We went down. So I think that was because he'd get overturned, so he'd play the next game. And I mean, try to judge a poorly performing team, a man down. I think it would be kind of harsh.
Yeah. Well, I think if you watch a coach, but who the coach want to come back fast? Who the coach want to give minutes now to is Mount. You think he just want to give Mount? I think he wants somebody else on that team that have the kind of midfield. Listen. The midfield. No.
Because
it's not
this current incarnation of Mount ain't showing me that at all. And I know Nico was waiting like a rattlesnake to jump at you with that.
I want to hear Simeon make the point.
Yes.
No, I think Mount has the understanding of how to play a system. I think Mount has the understanding and training. He has the skill. I think a lot of the system operating, the movement and stuff. And the press especially. 'Cause I realized Ten Hag felt the same way about Mount. We never really saw it for a period of time, but I think operating a system is one of the things that Mount is good at. And I think that's why he has that technical ability in training that coaches love. Have we seen it on the field yet? No. Will we see it? I can't promise that, but I think that is why the coaches want him on the field. I mean, the man say he wants him out. He might want to play him out, so I figured that's why.
Simeon,
He
you have
just
a
looking for
future in
legs, boy.
politics, eh?
Like he looking for legs. Dog. Mongo like the road runner. Beep beep and go on. Beep beep.
I agree with Simeon to the point that he wants Mount there, but not for all them things. Eh? I just feel he want an able body in the side that
Just
able
stand the
to
press.
do something.
No,
press.
he could press well. He
To
could press
press.
well.
Because that's the only thing we see him do well.
He understands when to press.
Since he scored any goals, so we should tick up.
Maybe one.
One, right? One.
We
Good.
draw that game.
So we have seen him with no exquisite scoring. We have seen him with no exquisite passing ability. So the best thing we see from him is that he could press.
He can
But
press.
Chef,
So we
you see
so
anybody else?
we
You see
pay
anybody else
70
with that
million
ability?
for Iron.
But look what we have. Look what we have behind that. Them men try to play simple whole first half. Them men try to play a simple game, and them men couldn't do that. Them men trying to pass the ball and all kind of nonsense. The fellas could really operate a simple playing system. Pass the ball is still a struggle for this team. You have
The ball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so having one more person in this, I mean, like you guys said, the level of players we have right now, even on a team that wins a game today, is still not good enough.
Nah, what I heard from Simeon is there's a lot of things Mason Mount could do. Have we seen it for Manchester United? No.
Nope.
That's all I heard. That's if I approach you, Chef, for a job interview, and you ask me, can you cook this? Can you cook that? Can you cook this? I say, well, I read up on how to cook it. Have you ever done it in real life over a stove? No, but I still want you to hire me for your job because I'm the right man for the job because I have read this book, I've watched YouTube videos, I've listened to podcasts, but have I done it over a stove in the kitchen? No, I have not. But Chef, I still want you to hire me, okay?
And when I hire you and turn my back, it's because all 4 burners on the fire, it's I had to be looking for fire extinguisher. You're burning everything. All because you know how to do things.
You only burning oil. You only putting oil in pot and burning it.
That I would really like to see Mason Mount come good, because the Mason Mount some years ago, and I mean as an English fan, was very bad. But boy, I don't know where that player going.
How old Mount is?
Mount young,
How old he is?
I think I was 26.
Yeah, because I hear I'm calling him a young player today. I'm really confused. What young player you talking? 26? That's a young player?
It's good for midfield.
It's an old player.
No, but he ain't young.
Nah. 26 is when you're looking to kick on in your career.
Yeah, you ought to be peeking ahead in there. Right?
Yeah.
Let me just get some of the comments there, guys. Jerome saying here, Maz is standard for Morocco. He gets in game, right? So Maz have more work to do. He also saying here, how that man take Dallo step away?
Nah, that's a winger. That was a defender. That was a defender.
Someone almost break your ankle in a way.
The first time that ever worked, right?
I'm watching all the Cristiano Ronaldo bootleg tape. Somebody finally take it.
He said he was capped first half, but he did well for Bruno goal. Right?
Yeah.
Christian saying here, ball Dutch in a final against Newcastle at Wembley isn't for everyone. Yeah. Jerome saying here, definitely some players rely on Bruno creating too much like Dallo. Ericsson didn't help him today like he would in Ten Hag first year. Jay-Z sort of filling the role recently, but we do need another player or two to share the load.
Yeah,
Right?
we need more creative players.
Yeah. Kurt's on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying saw that we won, didn't see the game, but that clip with that Heaven got injured. Can someone enlighten me? Was in a team building trade? What?
Go back.
No, he was in a team building.
He was in a team building training, whatever. That's why he didn't see the
I
game.
thought you said Heaven was in a team building thing today.
Okay.
Stick around.
I think Jerome answered it in the chat, in the comment section, right? So thanks for that, Jerome. Jody's saying here the team now starting to get the hang of how Amorim want them to play. It's not about who in form or not. All right. Mylon on the inside, thanks for joining. The same good night, chef. Said 70 million fan iron, yes. I'm just
Yes, just say that.
It's enough, yeah.
Yes, because and all you talking about is that's press.
Oh, okay.
70 million for iron.
Okay. All right.
Oh gosh.
Guys, I hear all the point. I still and all the good points, but I still think that the team is. I do believe, and the team is not only reliant but over reliant on Bruno. Even the manager is reliant on Bruno, and for me, that is a problem.
It's scary.
Right? It is. Right now, I know Nico make the point that Amorim was carrying a lot of the load, and he not there, and then Bruno step up. But the thing about it was, even when Ahmad was there, Bruno was always there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm saying, and he was still doing what Bruno was doing then, right? So for me, and I mean, it's so crazy that today Collier had the ball, Bruno had two men around him. Collier had other options, and he gave it to Bruno, and Bruno lost the ball. Listen.
But I call it fault.
No, but you gotta understand, it's not Collier alone that's doing it,
No, it's not.
You know who's the next culprit? You see Dallo?
Yeah, we know Dallo for sure.
Program bad boy. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
So it is, and the more players, get into that mold of pass it to Bruno, we in trouble. You understand? And so that team could figure out, what they need to do to lock Bruno out again.
Lock supply to Bruno.
We in trouble. We in trouble.
Reem, and you see that point you make there about men always looking for him? You know where that coming from? In training, It's obvious guys what they're doing in training.
Because Bruno making himself available for the ball.
Yeah. They're building it around him.
All right. Yeah. You have to show for the ball, Nico, right?
Yeah, Bruno making himself available for the ball. So
we have
even when he's available with 6 men around him, he's still getting it.
No, remember. No, what has happened, right? What has happened? All of us play football already, right? Sometimes you got junior player coming up and a senior player who could play. Right? You know the man is a baller. You had the ball and he comfort. Ball thing, you're gonna pass him. You can have 10 men free. You're gonna pass him.
Yep.
Because you thinking, he don't know what he's gonna do. He don't have something up his sleeve. When you get a ball, it's a turn and a boom for somebody else. So it's something we have to grow. I guess this might grow up.
Or if you don't play that ball, Bruno gonna be in your ears and he gonna be antics. Because don't play like we don't see it happening. It is happening. When Bruno get that ball, it'll see him.
Yeah,
no, but as I said earlier, Nico, Reem, that every team,
Yeah.
You see how I feel like we doesn't see. You don't see how Kevin De Bruyne doesn't be balling at men. They don't give him the ball. With the
Odegaard too. All the ball to Odegaard.
Salah's the worst, boy. Salah is the worst.
I hear you. Let me just get these two comments and then we move on to the next talking point, right? Jerome saying, I think the manager doing what he need until the transfer season. He won't want to be over reliant on Bruno, especially at his age. All right. I think Bruno is one of them that could play until kind of 36, 37, all kind of thing. Eh?
Yeah, he had
He
an
looked like
engine, boy.
he looked like he had
Yeah.
an engine. He's one of them.
How old Bruno is?
30 something.
31, 32 maybe.
32, I think. Let me see.
He's the same color young and was in a new position, so he looked for Bruno. He looked for the Bruno blanket. Dallo is a problem. He's a senior and should know better. Jay-Z definitely need to play more to cut down that. Right? Jody saying Bruno is 30. Right?
30.
He's 30, yeah.
Yo, boy,
Yeah.
boy, Bruno born on the same day as me. Well,
All right
boy.
then.
You gotta be joking, boy.
And you don't like him?
And that, yeah,
So,
I don't
so trying
understand
to say, so use a start to that.
You everything they play through you. Yeah.
Still want to carry the team.
Share that spotlight.
Hey.
So guys, let me, you wanna, so right, so we're done with that, right? So the team, we as per Nico, we learning to do it better, and we just
I think we have a system now. We have a system now. So even without Bruno, I think we go find our way. We go find our way.
All right, I hear you.
It wouldn't be as good. It mightn't be as clinical. The scoreline mightn't be impressive, but we go find our way. And they're being optimistic as well, right? Because we haven't seen
Admire
it
your
yet.
confidence.
Yeah, we haven't seen it as yet. So until we see it, then
All right. Hoyland, right? No, Hoyland came up.
Razzmatazz!
Yeah, Razzmatazz. Yeah.
Listen, I can't wait for tomorrow when that man put out the thing and all the end is Razzmatazz. Go Razzmatazz. I can't wait for that tomorrow.
That's alternative MUFC, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Hoyland got his he break it up first goal in 21 or 22 games.
Well taken goal too.
Well taken, but them Leicester City defenders crap anyway.
Hey,
but credit due.
2-3 business days before a man catch up with us. That man running for
2 or 3
slow motion.
2 or 3 business days. I'll be playing on Sunday. But 2 or 3 business days.
I ain't care. And he finished with the weaker foot too.
Hey.
I taken that.
Nice.
No. That was a quality finish. But I think because the boy was low in confidence. Confidence was on the floor, under the ground, 6 feet under, all kind of thing, right? But I mean, he got his goal today. How much you all think, this goal will impact on Hoyland going forward? Because earlier we don't see it already. Whether Hoyland playing good, whether Hoyland scoring or not, playing good or not, he started. Because that is what Amram see as his ideal, for now. So that's how we're going forward. Right? But in terms of him finally breaking his duck, and 22 games is plenty. That's a long time earlier. Right? They like dog years, right? So how will you see that goal helping Hoyland go forward? JP.
I think it follow on from the previous game because he had a decent performance against Sociedad. All he was missing was the goal. So I think you saw where he had that confidence because I feel if he didn't have the type of game he had Thursday, he wasn't taking that shot with his right. He'd have tried to do something stupid to get back on that left foot to shoot. And he'd have fumbled it. Them defenders would have make up the business days and catch him and get the ball away from him. So I think we see where his confidence is building back. Whatever it is he do it's starting to build back there. So I'm hoping that the goal now, it open whatever in his mind in terms of how to find the back of the net now, because strikers just need that. When they get our confidence, when they find the back of the net once, it just open up something and then they can start finding it again going forward. If the international break might interfere with that now, is our next thing. So this break might actually come in a bad time for a player like Hoyland because he now get a goal. So it might have been nice if he had a game to play midweek or even next week for us. But if I'm hoping that he could have a good time with Denmark, if he could probably bag a little
He
something with
started
them,
for them.
yeah, he should be. So hopefully he could get a goal and keep that going. And when he come back, I think it will continue.
Phil? It's because you harass butters as your tongue, eh? Yeah?
I understand. I understand where JP's coming from. Where hopefully, if a striker is going through some sort of like bad patch and he scores a goal, it should logically boost some confidence, right? But we saw this with Rashford. Rashford was going through some bad patches, and I always remember he was going through a bad patch. He scored versus Arsenal, and we thought, hey, he would kick on to score even more goals. And lo and behold, he just reverted to being the same old striker he was. Then fast forward, he scored a penalty versus somebody, and we thought, okay, cool, he'll go forward and change his ways and start scoring more goals, and he just reverted, right? Hopefully the same cannot be said about Rasmus, right? Where in the last two games, he got an assist against Sociedad. He could have gotten an assist today if Garnacho stayed on side, but he did score today, right? So we over the last couple of years, we keep players accountable, right? If you play shit, you play shit. If you play well, you play well, right? So good goal taken today by Rasmus. Will he kick on and score more goals for us come the end of the season? Because we could use this sort of goal scorer in the Europa League. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
Will he kick on for the rest of the season? I would like him to, but depending on his link up play with Bruno and his ability to finish as well, right? Because as I said, last two games, an assist and a goal. So hoping for better things after the international break. And JP did mention with regards to the international break, it could kind of interfere, or he could go during this international break, he could reflect on the assist and the goal he got and what he did right, what he did wrong. Because that's a sign of like going from a good football player to a great football player, right? Just to reflect on what you did wrong and what you can do better, right? So let's see. And Razzmatazz, I'm looking forward to them. Comes either on tonight or tomorrow. So
Yeah. And if it's one thing I noticed with Hoyland last season is when he started to score, because he had like droughts, and then when he started to score,
He's
he
a
went on a
street
scoring
shooter.
run. Yeah, so he's a street striker. Yeah, so I mean, let me hope, because as Phil say, we need the goals in for the Europa League. So as much confidence as he could get, he could if you're catching your form now and you're your purple patch now, let it be between now and that and get to the final and take we through to Champions League next season. Nico, Victor Lindelof.
Wait, one thing on
Go ahead.
on Rasmus, right? So again, all we could do is hope, right? And we at least let me see if we get 4 or 5 consistent games. So I think the Sociedad game, you saw efforts. He got the assist today. He got the goal. So you've seen a bit of consistency, which we want to see, right? But what I also want to see is that the confidence that he's building now. It transcends to being able to hold up the blimmin' football.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be getting the ball to your foot and every time you're falling down. And that will lead to have an injury today.
That is injury, yeah. Yeah.
That is what led to have an injury today. Because the ball went to Hoyland, and again, for whatever reason, he does just fall down every single time. And the referee said, well, no foul, more or less you just shut on yourself. And that is where Heaven got the injury. So to me, if I just hoping that the confidence that he's getting now transcends to him being able to hold up the football, because I think maybe it's a confidence thing in terms of being able to hold up the football, hold off a defender. we never say use your hand. We just see Drogba doing it comfortably. You're seeing Ollie Watkins and them fellas doing that,
Yeah.
right? And they may be physically smaller than him. So hold off the player and hold off the ball. Chef, you want to say something? I see you smiling. You're on mute.
Mute.
No. I agree
Oh.
with you.
Yeah. To me, that is what I want to see. That is the step now I want to see Rasmus move to being able to hold up the ball without falling down every single time a centre back challenger, because it's really frustrating seeing that every single time.
And to add to that too, sometimes some players just tend to think, well, once they score, they had a good game, so whatever, and I think they could coast through the rest of the game now.
Nope.
So
Not in the Premier League.
no,
Not
I
in the
mean,
Premier League.
no. You think you can make a point there. You score,
Uh-huh.
so it
Yeah.
and it has been somewhat the culture at Man United. You can have a poor game, you come and you get a goal or assist, and people gain you 7s out of, and 8s out of 10s. The rating your performance like that, and you get through.
To be honest, a next example of that is Erling Haaland, because he will be out of a whole game and end up with a hat trick.
Yeah.
And when you watch, if you be honest with yourself and you ask, you're seeing it right now because he's struggling for goals. And when you're watching what else he's doing for the team.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so I just want to see Rasmus be improving and holding up at the football.
Yeah,
because
that's
that's something.
That's all of us.
Centre forward.
It's sick. It's sickening.
And I think it's something that we've been talking about before. Even if you're not scoring, we've seen how you're contributing to the team. But you can't be scoring and then you're still not contributing to the team, right? When I say in terms of the overall gameplay now, So let me hope that the confidence gained from scoring and the confidence gained from assisting, would not only have him shooting with the right and the left foot and scoring, but holding up the ball, linking the play, and not causing other players to get injured. I ain't blaming him for the injury.
No, he's definitely part to blame.
Yeah, but part to play, yeah.
I tell you, a part to play, because all he had to do was hold that football and have didn't get injured. Because I don't know how this man is falling down, boy. As I see he falling, I say, and then everyone get injured one time. I see watch. You score one day, you take away a man from me.
But I didn't score and everyone stay there. Judgment.
Anyway, that's how it has go.
Hey, boy. Anyway, so Chef, briefly, because I just want to tie up with our next point, but let me talk about Lindelof. Victor Lindelof.
I would be like, Chef.
I ain't watching him. I ain't watching him yet.
I'm not trying to be a comic, but what? Don't sell that shit on that boy. That man ain't called one ass, boy. The man not good, boy. Let's say ask somebody else. I don't.
Anybody else on Lindelof?
Huh?
Let me.
Go through.
I just find, dog, you're on that team for so long, and you're not reliant, you're soft. Then it will have some games, then the love will look so good, boy. And then he will revert back to his normal retarded self. I don't know, but I'm just glad he finally go down and get sell.
The contract up, so you're not getting sold. I think it's
You leave it. Yeah,
you leave it.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
have
I mean,
a real season to do that.
Yeah. Onana and Dillet.
Yeah.
I mean, but you look at that team right now. I mean, like one of the first things when I saw the team sheet, the first thing I saw was, and I asked Kareem, I'm like, where are all of the centre backs? I mean, there was like who was on the bench? Nobody, right? Like centre back wise, there's nobody on the bench. So you had what was on the field when I say Lindelof, I'm like, why is Lindelof starting? Look at the bench. I was like, well, that's why. So, in 2 weeks, hopefully we have, Euro back. Hopefully we have Maguire back. I don't know who else will be back, but right now we ain't looking too good in that department right now, and that's why Lindelof is playing. And hope we might see more Lindelof for the rest of the season if we have to rotate. So yeah, I mean, that's what we have. I mean, we don't have. Heaven was the fellow who was going to prevent that, and he out now. So
Yeah, we limited in options.
yeah, Martinez long gone. What are you gonna do?
The one play with that should sum up Lindelof's performance today is the one when he was going in the air with his Vardy and he jumped and missed the ball and Vardy just had a straight run at goal. Thankfully, whatever, he come good for me today. He kept it out of the goal. Let just have some comments real quick here.
38-year-old Jamie Vardy.
Yeah. Jody saying here, Vex Onana, jersey number is the same as.
That explains a lot.
Oh, God. Jerome saying here, Rasmus and Garnacho both break ducks. Yeah. Jody saying here, Rasmus goal, like if it was a VAR replay, man move in slow motion, but happy for the YouTube. Yeah. Jerome saying here, not sure about that Amorim chant. Them need to work on it. I don't know what the chant is.
I didn't yet.
And Amorim and all this play don't like he and all they like it. All right. Jody saying here,
What
Phil, the
did he
difference
say?
between I don't know it. Phil, the difference between Rashford and Rasmus is Rashford wasn't putting in quarter of the effort Rasmus was putting.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree with that.
Right. Jerome saying here Lindelof wasn't bad versus Betis, but
Betis, when we play Betis.
Sociedad, you mean?
I think he means Sociedad.
Which Sociedad he play on?
No, probably talk about Betis. Probably Betis preseason. I know.
They're all like confused.
Oh no, he said, right? Glad Leicester get that record. Some dirty players on that side, relegation for them. Yeah, tough luck for Van Nistelrooy, man. Yeah.
Find out like there was something like this, trying to injure players at a point intentionally. That's playing hard.
No, Dan, I have a beef with Leicester years now. I don't know if you remember. I petty bad. I realize it when the one that league title and Vardy was on that scoring. It had some record done. He had
Van Nistelrooy record. He broke Van Nistelrooy record
when he scored against us, right? Dog, I get mad.
Yeah.
I get mad. I still hold in mind for that. I don't like Leicester at all, especially because they give me Harry Maguire.
Nah, they want team I despise, and they have been relegated eons ago, and I still despise them. It's QPR. QPR is the reason for that Aguero goal.
They're paying for the sins. Yeah, they're paying for the sins.
They were leading Man City with about 5 minutes to go, boy.
One job to do, one job.
QPR, you could liquidate tomorrow, and I was, boy, fuck that. Anyway, next thing, man.
All right. Jerome said here, I have up Leicester from they beat us 5-2 under Van Gaal. Right?
That was the game.
Okay.
No, I think it was that game.
That wasn't the game.
That was the game. I just remember them as embarrassing me all the time, but I don't like them. Them had to suffer. Go right back down.
It wasn't when they win. That was with Di Maria. I don't think that was the season they won.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't like them. Go down.
All right. So, fellas, last talking point before we wrap it this evening, right? So I just want to get your thoughts on what was some positives and negatives that we could take away from today, and the fact that we have an international break. But we could see what are some positives and negatives from the international break and from the performance and result today. Simeon?
Positive. I mean, we have some confidence. I mean, I think the team has some confidence. The strikers have some confidence. We winning. I mean, it's always positive when you're winning. We have some players coming back, hopefully. The negative is we lost one player that we really were high on today. I mean, that was the person who was coming in. We have Ahmad came into form. Stixie came into form. Heaven was going to be the next one coming in to form, and we don't know how long it's going for. So, yeah, we're gonna see who comes back and how long Heaven's out for.
Yeah. Good you fellas. We wrap it with this question.
The team actually improving, man. I know I don't buy into them at all because I don't trust them. Them like a ex who only trying to get back in your good graces, but you know she bad. Yeah. So I don't trust Manchester at all, but the team improving, and for whatever that is worth, I taking that. The team improving.
For me, positives, Bruno form, um, our ability to press or understanding when to press. I think to me, when I look at the team now, you're seeing that understanding and what I want to do. I'm not seeing one man pressing, you're seeing the team pressing, you see the team going forward and coming back. You're not seeing the big gaps in the middle of the field as before. You're seeing the spaces in the midfield closing. I think that is some, and one more positive. That was the last game Dogo was out for. And next game, hopefully, knock on wood, he back into the team. I guess the negatives would be Cameron, of course. Good, and love done, whatever, right? But have one injury, was a negative. I think that is the only thing today. I think Ericsson form was, a bit concerning today, but again we got over the line, so I guess we could move past that. Yeah.
For me, I would say the positive would be the fact that we're going into the international break on a high, because it's not just this one result; it's from the Arsenal game come forward. I would say at least we have been playing some good football. We were seeing these signs of improvement coming even before Arsenal, but we really started to kick things on from that Arsenal game and get some good results after that. So that's to me the major positive. Negative, I would say, obviously they have an injury, but other than that, I think for too long in the game today, we were not keeping the ball well. I think too many players still kind of rushing the passing. Ericsson in particular was real disappointed because he was supposed to be that one calming presence on the field today. The man who is taking care of the ball, and he wasn't doing it at all today. So I think that's something I want the players to still have that level of confidence on the ball.
Take care
Because
of
you
the
look at
football.
other teams taking care of the football. Because when you look at other teams, that Brentford and the Brentford Bournemouth game, that was two teams that people wouldn't consider high quality teams, but the high quality of football that they're playing and seeing how the players taking care of the ball, how you can trust somebody when you pass it to them. You don't have to worry if they will panic and just kick it away. And I think we still have players in the team who they're not thinking before they receive the ball. They're waiting to get the ball and then think what to do with it. So they're not
Dalo.
scattering it.
Dalo.
Yes. Think out it, right? So that's the negative for me, that the players they're still thinking when they get the ball and not thinking before they get it. So they're not giving themselves options as to what to do when the ball reaches the foot. So I hope they could work on that. And hopefully with confidence, all those things will start to build up in them individually as well.
Yeah, yeah. Phil?
Positive, clean sheet. Boy, a clean sheet today for Andre Onana, boy. Look, I can't remember the last time that guy kept a clean sheet, boy.
El Raptor.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. That and as the guy said, as you guys said, going into the international break, that's definitely us being on a high because we've been playing some disciplined football in the last couple of matches, so that's good for that. I want to see how this team is going to fare versus is it Nottingham and City we have next? Nottingham Forest and City. So I want to see how the team is going to fare against those guys, right? Are they the type of team that are going to say, hey, these guys are so reliant on Bruno, let us put 2 guys on Bruno. Let's see what the other 10 guys can do, right? And obviously the negative is Aiden Heaven. Definitely wish him all the best and a speedy recovery. And yeah, definitely there's still some kinks to be worked out in this team. We're far from being the Manchester United of old, but we're on the rise to hopefully be in that same team again. It will take a couple of games. Sorry, it will probably take a couple of months, a couple of seasons, but at the end of the day, you can see a direction of where the team is going, right? So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Jerome saying here, positives team, understanding Amorim's system and not overthinking every pass. Saying negatives still have players who need upgrading and injuries. I think one of the things that the international break offering us is a little bit of respite, for those who injured to come back, So we have like 2.5 weeks where, we don't have games to play. So, Ahmad, Kobe, Chef Blockers, sure, right? Them fellas and them could be available again to come in and help the team. No, listen, I agree. Them fellas, especially Luke Shaw, had to go. But for in this moment, I think we need
Yes,
because
we
we see
need
how
but I get
I
you.
don't feel we need show. I don't feel we need show.
If Europe,
no,
We are Euro. We are
yeah, but what's saying
Dogu.
Euro,
We have
Euro,
Amas.
Euro,
We have
Euro
Evon.
not showing we, Nico, Euro not showing we that he could play 2 or 3 games on the bunks. Euro always twisting the ankle somewhere, and that thing frightening for me.
Now we'll play some
All right. No.
somebody else. Evon will come back. Evon will come back.
Outside of that, you're talking about Lindelof coming back,
No, I taking Lindelof over Shaw. No, I taking Lindelof over Shaw. Lindelof had a good game. No, but Lindelof had a good game against Arsenal. If we're being honest, he had a good game against Arsenal.
But I typical in the love though. He just gave him 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, but at least we could rely on him to give you a game now. However, it is good or bad. You cannot rely on Shaw.
He's our next one that's getting injured when he cough, Go ahead.
Shaw gonna use up one of your sub by first half. One of your sub gone. Right? Nah, forget it.
All right, fair point. All I'm saying is it giving us an opportunity to get players back, and they'll be closer, to return and help the team, because I think this portion of the season real critical for we, especially with that Europa League. I think we're going all in for no pun intended, but we're going all in for that Europa League, right? And our Wita had the best possible chance to win that. I telling you, our Ahmad back, our Kobe, right? Our Jesus, the Avengers, everybody.
You're taking Pogba?
They say Ahmad coming back April month, no?
April.
Yeah.
Ariel?
Huh?
You taking Pogba?
Yeah. Pogba, yeah. I taking Pogba. I serious. I taking Pogba.
I know. No, I serious. It wasn't even a funny thing. Watch what will happen over these next 2 weeks. You go see.
That happen.
Yeah, because he free to join any club now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. As much as it might sound nice and
it does sound nice to me. So
but that's not happening.
Some real people don't want
that. In the club?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I think he
so
has something to
fellas,
prove if he come. He definitely would have tried to prove himself. But prove yourself for the 2 months and then leave.
I mean, you come back
Look at
and
no contract.
you come and pick up the thing left on the field, come pick it up,
Yeah, come and pick up your hyena, your
Yeah.
berry. Pick up that too.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I honestly don't think no club would give Pogba a contract. They would give him a contract to the end of the season. Everybody would need to see what he have.
He go in MLS. I feel he will end up in the MLS because you see that he was training in the States and thing. I feel Pogba he want that lifestyle. Pogba not looking to play no serious football. I feel he will go and take a little payday in the US.
I think he said his
If
goal
you
is
say MLS is not serious football.
his goal. His goal is to make the France
It's not
national team.
serious.
You know.
You know that not serious
Cool.
football.
Hey, Messi was in Jamaica just the other day.
JP, I'm disappointed in you. As a lawyer, you can have choose your words better, yeah? JP said MLS is not serious football, but boy, I agree with you. But you ever make me lose my visa at all.
I not putting no water in my mouth for a minute.
Yeah, I have been to many MLS matches, and I tell myself, boy, this is some shit, boy.
I can't. I try. When I
try to watch some of the games at them.
I can't.
No,
No.
I actually pay money to go and see these guys play. I went to stadium and watch MLS games, and I am like, I want my money back, honestly.
No, but I real though. You'll make a point because I just be desperate for football earlier, right? And I can't watch an MLS game. I tell you, I can't watch an MLS game.
I want to see the commentary too. The commentary too.
On a serious
Everything.
The commentary has a lot to do with it. The commentary.
Yeah, with soccer.
You see when
Lionel
I swear.
Messi! My God, Lionel Messi!
Yeah, boy. I swear when I hear soccer, I just want to turn the TV on.
Yeah.
On a serious note, though, we know that Old Trafford will be no longer in the next 5 years. So, if anybody is interested in traveling to get a tour at Old Trafford, let us know. Let us all know.
Okay. Definitely, I would like to.
Because Old
I don't
Trafford.
think about that because no other get a visa to go England. I ain't too funny about that right now at all.
But Old Trafford has been part of our history in terms of this is how we started supporting Manchester United, right? I personally would like to go and get a tour.
Me too.
Before it burned down. So
I was actually planning that to be part of my 45th birthday trip, but that visa thing annoying man.
If you really want to do it, spend the money.
No, but what I'm saying is the exchange rate too now, boy. That's steep enough.
That's steep. I don't know why. Listen, me working offshore, you know, he can say that. That's small thing.
Right.
Video make me get kidnapped at all. Not me.
Kidnapped?
Chef have money. Pay that visa small thing. That's me, that pal. Kidnap, collision, probe thing. Me have money. Chef broken.
Kidnap, collision. Oh boy.
Hey, you just go left. Wrap up.
We're just get these last two comments. Eric Lewis on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying what's about Sancho? A lot of talk lately about him coming back. No, we're not welcoming him back. But
coming back. To wait.
Demand free. Let me free.
He ain't coming back.
But I think there was something mentioned that the club does not want Sancho back. I think officially the club does not want Sancho back. So.
No, but also from a credible
yesterday I asked you about this.
Yeah, but it's from a credible report that came out today that's saying that what they were saying is that there is the possibility it built into the agreement that Chelsea could opt to not keep him, right? But that is highly unlikely, right? So more than likely he go stay there. He go stay there. And I think Sancho burned all his bridges, with all his
And continues
social
to.
media activity.
Yeah.
So he can't come back here. He can't come back.
How
Jerome
long
saying,
his contract is again?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, some years probably saw years on that.
Yeah.
But Fabrizio announced yesterday, Manchester United have been clear. They do not want Jadon Sancho back in the squad. And that was yesterday.
So even if he come back, he ain't gonna be in the squad. He could just be there to go again.
Which
But I
makes
think
sense.
Chelsea wouldn't don't keep him. Right? Jerome saying here you have to book that tour a year ahead.
Yeah. I know this much.
Yeah, you say you check for July and it's settled already, and the July 2025 you're talking about, right? So yeah. And anyway, guys, so I think we at the end of the pod, we're going into international break, and sometimes, we just have to keep your fingers and toes crossed that nobody come back injured, because any injuries to, we players could really derail the season, especially, knowing that we in an injury-rigged situation, so to add any player to that go really mess with what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build, and the kind of consistency that we need in the team, that already buying into Amram's system and to move forward and to, get better results and performances and so forth and so on. So my biggest thing is I really don't want no players to come back with knocks and injuries and to delay, that kind of movement with the team, right? And we could be here for what, 2.5 weeks or so, But I mean, and especially when the teams are to perform good, there's one more games now, But talking about the positives of the international break is more injured players could get time to prepare themselves to come back, So Trinidad playing Cuba twice.
Yeah, I'm coming down on this side for that.
You're going, Nico?
Yeah, most likely.
Was it going? All right, we go link up. I'm going now.
Most likely.
We go link up, right? Yeah, so I mean, at least we got some international football to watch. Not that I really pay much
to stress me out.
Yeah, attention to that. I might just watch Trinidad and that is it. So yeah, so Nico, Chef, JP, Simeon, Phil, guys, even those in the comments, we do appreciate all the likes, the shares, as per usual. Yeah, we appreciate it, and we will be here again on the next one. I think Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
On the 3rd of April or so.
I remember the date, but it's Forest for sure.
Right, so guys, have a good one, and see you on the next one.
Thanks.